Wow, this is so magnificent. You just have to take a walk here in Thailand and you will just find art by nature. Just look at it, the way it is falling apart. It could be a statue somewhere in a contemporary art gallery, and on the one hand you have the decay here, and on the other new life is rising. It is so interesting that nature by itself is keeping everything in a kind of balance and is just focusing on the necessary things that have such a great expression, like seeing here the decay and here the things are rising up. And this is bringing me also to what I was just thinking when I was watching this magnificent art of nature. It is how to actually balance yourself and especially balance your artistic vision, so you are narrowing it down to something that is essential, that can be understood through your audience, so your artistic vision, your artistic ideas are progressing. Because often artists have the problem to keep the main thing. What I do mean by it, we are getting often so exhausted because we are balancing too often two extremes. The one is the overwhelm. So we are often doing so many things for our vision. We are trying so many things to put out there, to offer out there, so one of the things will be right. And then during the process of producing far too much, we are getting overwhelmed, and then we are freezing, then we get burned out and do in the end nothing. And the other extreme is doing far too little. We are getting often so afraid that our ideas, our artistic vision will not work out, and this also can freeze us, and we are doing actually also nothing. And then we are balancing between those two extremes, to doing too much and get overwhelmed, or the pain of doing too little and get the fear of doing too little. And it is interesting that right in the middle of this, that the scale that is always balancing and that is using our energy for balancing it, right in the middle is actually the main point, the main aspect perhaps of your vision. And when we are narrowing down our work to this main point, main aspect of our art, of our artistic vision, it is becoming so much easier to progress. When you think about it, artists, successful artists, they have, like you, 24 hours. They have, like you, only so much and so much energy. But nevertheless, they are so much more successful, and they are successful because they are not trying to do far too much, and they are not doing too little. They have found the major aspects of their artistic work, of their artistic vision, that are just the right thing, and everything that they are having, they are focusing actually on this one thing or one aspect, or perhaps there can be sometimes more things, but nevertheless all they are doing, they are just sustaining the point in the middle. And from this we can learn actually so much, because this is the best point to find balance. Instead of jumping between those two extremes all the time, we can with time narrow it down, where the balancing is actually not anymore necessary, because you can reach actually a point where it is not too much that you are doing and it is not too little. It is just the right amount for the right thing in the middle, so there is more stability with time coming to what you are doing, the way you are progressing with your artistic vision. And it is all about finding what is necessary to narrow down everything that you are doing to the main aspect. Of course, the first idea is that your vision, your idea has a small amount of major aspects, of major factors, and all you have to do as an artist is to focus on this major aspects and not trying to do all the other possibilities what could be done with it. Just stick with what is very important to express the vision that you are having. Some artists are like, working, they are throwing so many things against the wall and hoping some things will stick and the people are liking this, so they are always producing so many things. But instead it is much more successful for your future, for your development, to from the beginning know and understand what are the major points of your vision and try to work them out in the best possible way, instead of trying everything and then try nothing because you are overwhelmed and jumping forth in between. And the more time you are spending to thinking about the major aspects, the easier it is getting to narrow your art down to what is actually successful. But the same goes for your surrounding. Actually, what is very often pushing us to the extreme of doing far too much or far too little is our surrounding. Perhaps people that have expectation about you and your art, they can push us to do too much, or perhaps the wrong kind of friends that are on the other hand encourage us to do far less, and then we are doing nothing. Or perhaps it is also something that has to do with our health. Even the way you are eating can influence it, that so you are doing far less. Let's say just have 3 really big pizzas, and then you will figure out, and half an hour after these pizzas the fat is kicking in, and all you want to do is to just lie down and perhaps watch TV on the sofa, but you don't have the energy actually to stand in front of the easel or whatever you are doing to express your artistic vision and put your energy in there. So it is also important to not become in your decisions what is the major aspect and what should I do to bring this major aspect of your art forward. It is important to not to become a slave to reactions, to a slave and to react to everything around you. Is even if it's some of this factors that are pushing us in the wrong directions, they can be inside, like our own expectations, but they can also be outside, like people pushing us to do far too much that is necessary and that get overwhelmed, or too little and then not prosper at all with your artistic vision. So it is very important for an artist to create his own context, a context that is built around the major factors of your artistic vision. And once you have found this major aspects, it is so much easier from there to build the context, to know and to understand what is too much, what is too little, what is the right kind of food you are needing to progress those major ideas, what is the right context for your network, what is perhaps the right context for the clients that will receive in the end the vision. But the point is always to keep the main thing, and everything else is in context to the main thing or does not exist at all. I know it is not always easy or possible actually to get rid of some of the factors that are influencing us and our art and the progression of your vision, but we can reduce them, and with time perhaps we can get rid of them. If you are patient enough, even the wrong kind of friends or network with time will die out when you are not investing in them anymore the energy. Instead you are investing your energy more in the major aspects, in the main thing of your vision. And with this main aspect of your vision is getting the necessary nourishment. And when you think of it, you have the same limited possibilities like even the most successful artists right now or in art history. Nevertheless, no matter how trained you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter how many resources you have, so we are all humans. It is coming down what we are doing with these resources, where we are putting them and where we can find them, and what are the necessary factors we must get to get our main thing of our vision going. And most of the things are not to be found in our comfort zone or what others are saying or what would be the easy solution. I think to accept it, that we have to really work for the main aspect of our vision, that actually the world should start to rotate around this, what you have as the special gift of an artistic vision, the better your life can become actually as an artist. Because by building your life and what you are doing around these major aspects, you are actually starting to live a purposeful life as an artist who is fulfilling a destiny that was given to you, or that you have developed on your own. And this can make the life of an artist so much richer. When you think of it, the artists that you are admiring also build the life about a certain aspect of their vision. And that's why they are so impressive to us, because their life they have lived was dedicated actually to this aspects, and this has given them so much strength. And this is why we are loving them and their art actually so much. All it takes in the beginning is to build some filters and to make some decisions that are making it possible with time to narrow down everything you are doing as an artist as around this main thing of your vision. And if you see it not as a goal that has to be reached in a certain amount of time, but as a progression, then you will also experience that progressing towards the main thing of your vision can be a fantastic journey, can give you actually something to look forward for, because with every day you are able to narrow it down, to experience more what is the major aspect, what is the major factor of your artistic vision, of your artistic ideas. And with this, I think in time a natural focus will develop, because you are getting curious, because you can experience how everything is narrowing down and your world is beginning to be built around art and the things that you can offer, around your potentials and around your ideas. It is really a life worth living for, and this is, I think, what we are appreciating so much about great artists and their outstanding lives, to see the major aspects. It is giving you also the possibility to just walk around and see the aspects, the main points you are perhaps working on in your own artistic, in your own artwork, or you are thinking about, to discover the same aspects somewhere, even in nature, and they are corresponding with you and making you think and rethink your own major aspects of your artistic vision. It is nevertheless an interesting idea. I know this was a little bit scattered right now. I will sit down and write it perhaps more down and narrow it down, so it is a greater support to you. But nevertheless, it is worth to take the time and to think what is the main thing about your art, about your artistic vision, and then to discover what would be the life be that is focused on the main thing, that is helping you to keep this main thing the main thing. I hope nevertheless to see you in my next video, and I hope that you are also on the path to discover what is the essence of your artistic vision, because for me it is a fantastic thing. I will nevertheless keep on walking and thinking, and I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.